Shearing is one of Aotearoa's oldest industries, and Māori have been key players for over 150 years. Deep in the heart of Dannevirke, the Paewai-Mullins have made it their life's work. 4 generations of this whanau have worked on this land. It's in their blood. Aria runs the crews. Nothing happens without her say-so. Tuma is head ganger and trainer. He's worked around the world and his standards are high. Koro and Mavis have seen it all and are never short of advice. And even though Punga now has a business of his own, he's not far from the sheds. But shearing has changed. This season, with more competition and fewer sheep to share, only the best will survive. And the Paewai-Mullins are the best. Me ua ka taki hui hui te whānau Paewai-Mullins ki waho atu o ngā he te wūru.
This person...
No, Tuma's the mātāmua,
How did this happen? Where did it begin? 4 generations in the business and probably another 12 to 15 generations prior living off this land. This is tupuna land, tupuna tuturu.
Nā koro rawa ko Mavis te pakihi o te whānau I whakahaere mō ngā tau maha.
Hardest job in the world. They reckon shoveling coal is the hardest job in the world. Well, shearing won't be far behind it.
Koro and I purchased the business off my dad and his brothers. It would have been in the late 80s, early 90s.
Nā te mātāmua Tuma te pakihi I whakahaere I ona tau.
I found it a bit hard because I'm a real matey kind of person.
Do you know what it is?
Tuma's traits really are more around caring, nurturing, and I guess that's why he does well as a trainer.
Nā punga noho ki ngā heti I whakahaere.
That's a penalty.
He's got a colourful past, my little brother.
I was a little bit naughty, yes, I was, yes.
Okay, sorry.
I grew into an adult from that job.
Do you want to dial a Māori?
Tino kore kore nei a Karina I hiahia ki te mahi a te whānau.
It's hard work. It's back-breaking hard work. Yous are the bankers, eh?
Roger.
You need to get
We're playing Monopoly.
He o ia no, kua hokoa Aria I te pakihi, a kei aia te mana.
It was kind of a hospital pass to our daughter. She has got the grit, kaha.
The others have got that competitive streak, but not like Aria. Aria'd stand on your head to win.
I think, yeah, she'd take the cake and eat it. And then text you about it.
Kua tihe mai iaia nei, a kua tīmata ngā mahi nui. E ki katoa na ngā whare noho o te whānau Paewai-Mullins I te kai kuti hikaka mō ngā mahi e haere ake nei. Mō Aria, hore kau he wā mahi, nui atu I tēnei.
I try and be at the office at 5 o'clock in the morning. Just want to get there, make sure everybody gets to work. People wake up in the mornings. I've got 2 whiteboards that see 4 weeks ahead, and that way I can plan the logistics of the staff, make sure we've got enough people, the farmers know where they're at as well. So yeah, I love my whiteboard. It can't crash.
Morning, Daddy. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Hey, Pete never turned up last night, did he?
No, I know that, and I stayed up till about 12 o'clock that arsehole.
Okay.
But that's okay.
Before you go to work, can you bring that room key over? He ended up getting a flat tyre, rang me in the middle of the night, so he's just out of town. They slept in their car.
She's a good boss, you know, she's fair, and if anything goes wrong, you know, she's there to nip it in the butt straight away.
Just meet Tuma out here, so pick Ray up, and then go and pick up Pania and Bronia.
Yep.
The hardest thing with my job is working the logistics of the staff. That would be the biggest thing, biggest issue.
And we're going to...
Hamish Cross, Calvin Grove. There's about 1,600 all up out there today, so I told them we're going to give it a crack. Drive safe.
I tēnei rā e whāngā heti hei whakarite mā āria. Ā, mā tuma tēnei e whakahaere. He whakangungu kai mahi hou te mahi.
We've got some young foreigners in and they've come to learn how to shear. And we've also got an older guy there who just asked if he can just have a bit of a brush up himself.
Have a big belly, starting high. I think I've been training for about 17 years. I've trained in Aussie, trained in Norway. I shore my first lamb when I was 6. We've got it somewhere on DVD, I don't know where it is, but yeah. I was 6 years old, didn't know really what I was doing. To me, the sheds was a big playground, you know, you'd ride the sheep around the pens with your cousins, and so, you know, when you got older, you know, it's just natural, you know, everything was natural, but I enjoyed it as a kid growing up in the sheds. I thought it was beautiful. I actually started Dad $100 and when I was 13, I think, because he bet me $100 that I'd be a shearer, and I said, no, I'll bet you $100 I won't. So, yeah, sorry, Pop, I'll stay $100 for that. Okay. Some of you've got a habit of jamming your foot up their asses, and they don't like that. All right, so I've got to find the backbone on here, try and come through and hit that bottom ear. Step over, okay, and just wriggle back a little bit. Most important thing really is not even when you're shearing the sheep, it's actually your gear, making sure your combs and your cutters are sharp. The ultimate goal is to, they call it pattern shearing, and that's the ultimate goal, is to be able to shear every sheep the same.
Aha koa he rā whakangungu tēnei, me ke tonu atuma ki te nama a te kaiahu whenua. He heti nohi nohi, e rua nahe ngā tūranga kai kuti, ka mutu, me oti te ruarau whātekau hipi I tēnei rangi tonu.
We're at Hamish Delatour's shed. He's one of our biggest farmers. This is his 2-stand shed, but he's got an 8-stand shed. I think he shears about 18 to 20,000 sheep just on his main farm. So we really love Hamish Delatour. He's a good man.
I think they've probably been shearing here for about 16 years, or, I mean, maybe 20. I'd have to look it up. He's been a very good shearer. He's excellent. He's such a good shearer, and he's very good with the young ones. You know, so he does set a good example. Aria took over the organising, and she's very good. It must be an exceptionally hard job, trying to organise everybody around the weather. And nobody's ever happy. The farmers are always grizzling. And
Me kaha tonua āria ki te whakakoa kai ahu whenua e ora ai tōna pakihi. Nō reira I ara, ka takahia e ia te nuku o te whenua, hei hō miro miro I ōna heti.
We're off to Huiro, so they're just out at Akatea here, not far from town. Out here there's 5 stands, so this morning we've got a team of 5 wool handlers and 2 presses, as it's an old crank down press.
Ka hau atu ana āria ki te heti, kua tōtika mārika te katoa.
Even I'm scared of it. Hey, matuku ahau ki ai, even I'm scared of it.
I'm going to go through the door where the bales are. That's the first place I like to go, just to check them, make sure they're numbered, branded properly, and also like to give it a little kick test, just to make sure the weight is where it should be.
Kaore ie ke tā āria tiro tiro haere tuatahi, e māharahara ana he tai māma rawanga paere. Ko tahi haora ki waho atu o tāmaki nui ārua I hui arau, tētahi o ngā tino kenge o āria e ngana ana ki te kuti 2,000 kātua I te rā. E rangi e ani pāna āria mo ngā paere. Ka hore pea I tika.
Has the farmer come up with any scales?
No.
So you don't know what your weights are?
No.
So if you kick it, what do you take a guess at?
180.
180? You reckon you're bang on? So we ask the farmer to...
Or 170.
170 or 180.
kia tika ngā paere wūru, meke ki te takiwā o te kotahirau waru te kau kirokaramu. I nā taimāma, taimaharaini, kei hāmenehia te kaiahu whenua e te kaihoko wūru.
That's the best though.
Is that? All right.
No mua rā no te pēhi o tēnei hēti. Ka mutu, mā te ringa tonu e mahi.
So after having a chat with the pressers and watching them tramp it, there looks like there could be a little bit of a fault going on with it.
E whakai ana te kaiahu whenua, he pai ki a e te taumaha o ngā paere. I nā koa te kaiahu whenua, e koa hoki ana āria. Ā, e wāte ana i aene ki te hōmiro-miro i te toenga o te hēti, kia rere pai ngā mahi.
The team out at Huiro, the majority of my team leaders, I don't have to worry about them. That's not a team that will keep me up at night. Great shearers, great wool handlers. In that team is Trace, and Trace worked for Mum and Dad when I was younger. She's been away for about 18 years, and she's come back to town.
I am a professional athlete, that's what I am. That's a professional shearing athlete. No, I'm a wool handler.
Ko tā te kairahurahu mahi, he kohi i te wūru ko Tīmore hia, me te ata kōmiri ngā wahanga pai, hei hari ki te kaipēhi.
Our job really is to maximise the farmer's income, you know, maximise his return.
She actually trained myself and my sister, and I do remember that day clearly. Mum dropped us off to a shed in the middle of the WAP, so we couldn't walk home.
They were really, really good. They were really impressive learners. But they're natural-born athletes, those kids.
How was Bex going on with their pickup?
Oh, man, you're doing awesome.
Yeah? You did better than what I could have done. Really? Yes.
I
no,
think
you did
so.
good. Hey!
It's great to be back. I was made here. I became someone here. Yeah. And I was taught by the best of the best. Koro had the best in New Zealand. You know, he had all the big guns working for him, and he had to be pretty sharp to come into this outfit.
Ai marika kua huri te ao mai te wāia koro, e whakahaere ana i te pakihi.
When we were shearing as the contractors in our height of it, we would only have about 4 other shearing contractors to compete for work, but now in this little town, there's 11 shearing contractors. And in our times, we had 70-odd million sheep to shear. Now there's only 28 million. So to hustle and keep your market share, it's an ongoing battle. So those are the concerns we have for Wāria.
Ringarau pā tonu anā koro mo te taha ki ngā pēke, roia, ngā kaikaute ana hoki. Ka mutu, ko ia hoki te kai whakatika matua i ngā whare noho.
We've got a wonderful accommodation block down there. We call it the complex, and it needs looking after.
Dad is actually really funny. He'll come down to the complex, he'll mow our lawns for us during main shear because nobody knows him and he doesn't know anybody. And then I tell them he's actually the big boss. So, he just tricks everybody. You got the key for the pantry?
I do.
We pass the baton, given Aria the wero, and she's picked it up and she's taking it to another level. There's not many women that do that kind of role, and I've learned to appreciate how women work, and her systems are perfect for this. Have you got hungry shearers and shed hands around here that are eating after hours?
They've got a very strong relationship. They think alike, they often work alike, and they just get each other. So it's yeah, I don't know, it just works.
Any more I can do for you today?
Have you finished the lawns?
Ki te pokapū tonu o Tāmaki Nui Ārua, kua whakatū whare kai hou a punga, hei pakihi mo tōna whānau.
Pong, do you want to run those?
Yeah. Paewai-Mullins tuku ingoa. I am the youngest of the 4 kids of Mavis and Koro Mullins. I am not just the most spoiled, I am the favourite.
Punga were. spoilt to the max.
Apparently I was conceived in a shearing shed. I don't know if I was born in one, but I think I was born at the hospital, but you never know in those days.
He kai kuti a punga I ona wā, me te miharo o te katoa, I tana whakahaere I te pakihi o te whānau.
Everyone laughed at me, literally. They laughed because I wasn't the greatest kid then, and they thought it was a big joke. And I said, no, I'm serious.
Believe it or not, he had a hell of a good go at this. He did it for 6 or 7 years, grew our market share. He didn't lose anything. And then I think he just, he met a lovely lady, and now he's doing his own thing.
We got a Finding Nemo. Me and my wife brought a rundown little cafe in the centre of Dannevirke, and we put our shearing shed touch on the place.
It's easier than I thought working with Punga. He might not think the same, though.
I'm so proud of both of them. Sam's an amazing cook, and I think Punga is really great front of house.
Take a bottle of water to the couch. Yep.
I really think it's only halfway there. I really think there's more they could do. I think there should be a Māori name up there. He Maunga Hipi should be underneath there. But Punga's a kid you can't push. If you push, he'll back the bus up.
E whakapau kaha tonu ana atu mai te heti, me te whakangunguhanga o ngā mane ne hou.
Training an English boy called Mark and a young lady from Scotland called Katie. Katie has done a fair bit of shearing. You can just see in her pattern in her hand. And she's fairly solid. She's got good basics.
Tim has been brilliant. I've only been here for 2 days, and yeah, he's really helped me out a lot.
Kua kuti kea kei tiki ahi te reiria me kotirana, a e ngana ana ki te whakapiki I ona nama.
At home, I've done 170. I want to get to 200 out here in New Zealand. That's my goal before Christmas. Aim high, see how we get on.
Ko te taumata tuatahi mo te kai kuti hou, ko te ruarau hipi I te rā. I te ao kuti hipi, ka utua koe mo ia hipi ka oti a koe te kuti. I nā te mahi, he rangatira.
The money is great. I know a lot of mates have shorn their way into farms, houses. What are you doing in there, Mark? Come on, mate, hurry up. Trying to find one with blue eyes in there or something.
Mo te kai kuti hou nei a Mark. He roa tonu pēr te ara o mahi moni mana.
I'm Mark Wilkinson. I'm from England, Cumbria. Yeah, come over here just to learn how to shear. I've had friends work for PMS before, so they've put me in contact with them, and yeah, so that's why I've come over.
Hope you haven't bitten off a bit more than you can chew, buddy. What do you reckon? It's got 2 years wool on it? Yeah, I feel like I've got 2 years wool on it. Yeah, 2 years wool. Young Mark, he's full of beans. He's got too much energy, but that's like all young fellas that are learning how to shear. They've all got heaps to go until about 2 weeks into it, and they're just totally physically knackered. And then the ears start working. So it's funny how things work, but if you ask my father, I was probably a lot the same too.
Aye. His ears were painted on.
I nā oti wawe te whakangungu a Mark me Katie e tuma, ka horo ake tā āria whakamahi I a rāua ki ngā heti.
Training costs the business a lot of money, but somebody has to do it, and we need these young generation coming back through.
That's us.
E whanga wāhanga mahirua haora te roa, kia eke ngā kai kuti ki te nama e hiehia ana. Kei te wāhanga mutunga ngā tauira o tuma, e rangi, pōturi ake nei te haere.
I think about 80 or 90
Kua tihi mai tā maki nui ārua, kaore anō kia kitea he whakatātū hana koko, nui atu I tēnei mo te wāroa.
Oh, the Santa Parade is awesome for Dannevirke. It's pretty cool. The whole community gets behind it. I remember growing up, we did one year put in a float. Mum and Dad did it. We were still young, and it was amazing. And I'd love to do something like that again. But this time of year, even though it's a sad day, we're all working.
E mahi hoki ana punga, he oi, kua whai wā ki te wāhi mātaki-taki.
Santa coming through town has turned into a huge event. I can remember only a few years ago that it was a piddly little parade. Nowadays it goes for nearly half an hour. It's always good for business. More people, the better. Haere mai. The cafe walks.
It doesn't surprise me that Ponga was out watching the Santa parade while Sam was slaving away in the kitchen on a hot day. Probably with the kids at her feet too.
Mangu pai ana te whare kai. He oi, e hia kai ana punga.
Sam,
Yeah?
can you make me some breakfast?
You don't have time to eat.
What do you mean?
Start doing the second lap.
It takes half an hour. Yeah, I timed it. Need some.
Only egg benny is
I had
quick.
nothing.
Egg benny?
Yeah, thanks. Just a normal one with
Yeah.
bacon.
He ua te mahi tahi a ngā ipo. He oi hei tā punga, he pai tā rāmo ko Sam haere.
And I'm not going to heat your plate, okay?
No. We've got a really good relationship, so it just works. We haven't divorced yet.
Ko ti pai te whakatūtū. Nā reira, kua whai wā whakatāpunga ki te kai parakuihi.
That was a very nice parade.
I was out there watching the parade today, and I think I'm in the dog box tonight. Unfortunately.
Look at that black Mary in there with those pockets.
Cut it out, Auntie. Running a calf is hard. I will admit it, it's not as hard as running a shearing business.
I te pāmu o huiarau, tino kore nei he wā mo te kai he ki pene tito.
So the guys at Huiaro, they'll be cutting out. So that means that they've cleaned up all the ewes and all the lambs. So farmer will be happy for sure, because coming into Christmas, he won't have that stress on him.
Kua tai ngā kai kuti ki ngā rea me mutunga, I raro I te maru o te ringarehe nei a gōri.
Well, I've been coming here for 19 years, and it's always been the same outfit running it. But these guys shear quite a lot of sheep.
Ko tahi mano rima rau ngā rea me e toi ana mo te rā. He oi, ko haumai e tahi kātua. Te hanga nei ko roe nei kātua namakia e karo ana I ngā kai kuti hipi.
Some of these farm stations are really big, and so when they're mustering and bringing the sheep in for shearing, sometimes they might lose one or two through the fence, or they could be down in a gully. It's not really a surprise. It's a little bit of a hoha, but this won't slow Gordy down at all.
Ka koa te kai ahu whenua I te tatūtanga o te heti o huiarau I te wātika. He oi anō te heti a tuma, kei muri tonu rātau, ki te kore horo ake, ka ani pāpea tētahi o rātau, kai ahu whenua nui rawa, kua piripono roa ki a rātau.
We've got 80 sheep left and we've been doing 60 a run. These guys are not going to get it finished, so I'm probably going to have to get on and whip a few out myself. It wasn't really the plan for the day, but you got to do what you got to do to get the job done. Yeah, it's time to load up, really.
Tuma's a beautiful shearer. He has a beautiful pattern. He's got a lot of his father in him in terms of his style. This is coming from a mother, totally unbiased. But he's a worker. He knows how to work hard.
Look, if he focused and put his mind to it, he would be one of New Zealand's best shearers, or the world's best shearer.
Tūmai ana tuma, kua tatu I te tīma whakangungu te taumata I whakaritea.
How many did you do, Dave? 105. Katie? You at 98?
He heti anō tērā ko o timo āria. Ka pai, e toru rau e toi ana.
Main shear is crazy. It's It's meant to be the festive season, but it's actually feels like the silly season. Yeah, it's a pretty stressful time of year.